Legends on a new video of the series Bluelock. For a recap, the Bluelock team won against Japan in the last second thanks to Isagi. So, the first step of Bluelock project completed. Therefore, the players benefited from a 2 weeks holidays for their effort, and they were allowed to enjoy their moment out of the facility. And finally, Isagi met his friends. One of them, Chigri, showed him what news says about them. They really became famous across the country. The Bluelock met and had a great fascinating time together after their big achievement. On the time, they came across Aiko and his team, and in the train station, a young child came to Isagi and told him how big he admired him and the Bluelock team, and he wants to be like him. Isagi met also the Bluelock ex-player, the boy who missed a goal in first episode. This last told Isagi that he was lucky scoring that goal, but only God knows what Isagi was coming through in the Bluelock. But Isagi didn't blame him for that, cause if Isagi wasn't in the Bluelock, he would literally have the same point as the boy. It wasn't a world changing for Isagi, but was a glowing up. And in the Bluelock article, Ego was preparing with his investors and some leaders for the next step of the Bluelock, which will include the whole world. Lane was sitting alone, remembering what he did against his brother, Sai. He's holding that because he barely knows his evil side, but his brother Sai knows that, and he wants him to show that to his brother. But Lane disagreed and praised his brother level. Their last was with his family watching his last game. They were proud and encouraging him while he was lying on the couch, seeing how Bluelock changed him into the best, and he wants to still live on it. After that, we see that the whole team received a message. That means the holidays are over, and the second stage began. And while they were entering the facility, they were surprised by the presence of also the Japanese team. Ego shows up on the screen, explaining to them why the presence of the Japanese team. That he see that the Japanese existence will be a benefited point for the team, and illustrate the next stage. Because only 100 days left for the World Cup under 20, and with their actual level, they can't do anything. So Ego have found better way to develop them fastly. He decided to put them in the hardest and powerful environment existing in major leagues, and each one will choose the environment that fit him the most. Therefore, he presented to him each league. First, the England League, who's known for the rush and the quality defense. Spanish, known for his tools and creativity. Italian, tactics and the defensive tools. Germanian, based on rationality and had the best striker right now, Noah. And lastly, the French League, that known for the success of the Rafidian and the young boys. So the Bluelock should prove their strength against these big names. Even if they had the best players in Japan, comparing to the names in the World Cup will be less than an average. Ego gave them 90 minutes to bid for their futures. They started choosing based on their stereotype in the country, and they have to rush choosing, because it's just 9 players max for each league, and the priority for the presenters. Isagi was confused on what he should choose, and for Chigri, he picked England to test its speed, and for Nagi, he checked on him and Chigri, a video about a player called Bikram. He is good on receiving and controlling the ball, but he don't know he was already retired, although he chose England because he was playing on it. And for Batera, he chose Spain, the country of high tolls and dribbling, and told Isagi about his goals to become the best player in the world, wherever environment he chooses. His goal is to reach the top, so he encouraged Isagi to choose. And finally he chose Germany. Otherwise, I will quickly dictate to you some of the players and league they have chosen. Reed, Chido, and Corazon choose France. Isagi, Yukimaya, Gigamaro, and Yuri goes for Germany. Nagi, Shigeru, and Rio for England. Aiko, Baro, Neo for Italian. And finally Spanish League, who contain Bashera and Otoya. The 9 who choose Germany heads to a designated room. On it, they were surprised by Ego statue, and they were told that they will play with the youth team as the best team in Germany, Basad Munich. However, they were thinking that they will travel to Germany. Ego told them that the Big 5 leagues will be hosted this year here in the Bluelock. So, he invited some players with same ages who play with big clubs as Manshine City in England, Aubers in Italy, Barcha in Spain, and Paris Club in French. And they will not be led by Ego, but with some superstars. Ego introduced to them the Munich superstar and the best player, Manuel Noah. Not only that, but there is also some elite players, wingers as Chris Prince for the England club, who gives wonderful performance, no less than Noah. Moreover, the best Barcelona player, Rafinha, the pride of Brazil. In Italy, Mark Snoffy, the player who achieves victories wherever he goes. And finally French, William Locke, number one of the new generation, the king of speed. After that, Ego goes to illustrate the next steps, where each bluelock player will train under the supervision of his team, and for a result of their training, they will select and choose the best of them for the principal lineage, which will hold a combo between bluelock players and Super World Cup players, and they will host a league picked from these big 5 clubs. But there will be special rules to these matches. First one is the first that scores 3 goals win, and the final one is that the top 5 of the world can play each once in the match, but just 3 minutes. And the point of this league is to select players that will play for the World Cup. Isagi was surprised that he would play alongside his idol Noah at Bayern Munich. But no, also that we see that a familiar face come back, an old friend of Isagi, that everyone thought that he was eliminated. It was Kunigami. He has been on a secret program ready to dominate Neo League. The training session starts, and Noah asks everyone to go ahead toward the goal. So everybody get ready. Isagi welcomed the comeback of Kunigami, but he looks like a new person than the last time. So the race starts. Kunigami seems the fairest, thanks to his new physical abilities. Also the Germany's players were the same. So the training were varied, include jumping, defending and dribbling. Kunigami was the only one who was no less than Germanian players. On the time, Isagi was on the 4th place. The rest who finished the goal. His name was Kaiser. Then, Isagi was on the final place to score on points 100. But suddenly someone interfered and tackled his shoot. He was Kaiser, whose level was the same as Itoshi Shai, the best player on the Raisin generation. Isagi couldn't communicate with them, unless Ego gave them a headphones to translate what they said with the same voice. The new Niece introduced himself. He was so kind and friendly, unlike the other players who despised the bluelock players, especially Kaiser, who put in his eyes on Isagi. Noah told him to stop these behaviors. He declared that the first stage of the training is finished, and it was based just on numbers. The first 11 will play the next game. Isagi finished the training in last place because of Kaiser tackling, so he understood that Noah is much different than Ego. And among these 11 players, no one was from the bluelock except Kunigami, who finished the training in the 3rd place. The training continued, and Isagi upgraded his rank, and in the bedroom, Yukimiri asked Isagi if Kunigami told him something, and his answer was with no. Therefore, they start talking about the development of his remarkable physical ability that was shown in an electrical board. And also Isagi checked his review on it and find that his evaluation was marked on B, and that referred to his weakness on physical abilities. But he didn't know what to deal to upgrade his rank, so he have gone to Manuel Noah and demand to him how to raise up his rank because he wanna beat Kaiser. Noah asked him about his weapon or what his point of power. Isagi said the direct shooting. Then Noah asked on what he should do to show this ability. Isagi said I should get over the opponents to find some space toward the goal, and I should widen my field of vision for the goal. Moreover, raise my ability of resisting. Noah answered back, what the abilities that you should gain to achieve that? Isagi didn't know what to say, and he began to hesitate and said I should increase my movement diversity and some blah blah blah. Noah interrupted him and replied, let's say that you have all that, so you can beat me then? Isagi said I don't know. Then Noah advised him to rethink about his way of thinking, because the word I don't know will let him attach to some fake hopes. So Isagi should think about that. So the first step he will do when he woke up is to be the best in the world. And every time he spent will be for this goal. Isagi was impressed on what Noah said. So, on 10 days, the game between Basad Munich and Barcha will start. And none of the Blue Lock players will be on it, except Kunigami. But Isagi isn't worried about that, because he's still thinking about what Noah said. And he will take advantage of time he will be sitting on the substitution seat. So, the opponent team entered the field. Batera and Otoya was in the start team, and that increased the enthusiasm of Isagi. So the match starts, and the ball on the feet of the midfielder Alexis Ness, who have gave an incredible exterior pass to Green, which is a dribbler with high physical ability. So he get over the defenders, then he passed the ball toward the goal, but the ball went to the back, to Jesner, who accurately received the ball and with a perfect dribble get over the opponent's players, and then pass it to Kunigami, who received the ball with his chest, instead of pass it to Kaiser, who was near to him, and then shoot it with his right feet toward the goal. But the goalkeeper saved it. That wasn't a coincidence, because he was the best goalkeeper in the world. Moreover, the ball still in the field. Barca player launched with a ribbon ball. Therefore, Alexis tell Konigami why you don't pass the ball to Kaiser. You played a selfish attack that lack rationality and that don't work for the team style. Kunigami replied with I don't care about that. Obviously I'm the one who's gonna dominate the team. But you take the ball forward. And he's at another level. After training under Rafinha, his dribbling style has changed. Now he holds the ball without moving his upper body, making him hard to read. This is because he has combined Rafinha's movement with Barca's style, which surprised Isagi. Currently, he is facing Kunigami. The latter managed to keep up with him, but Bashira increased his pace, leaving Kunigami behind. He then faced two defenders, passed the ball with his heel to Ganasio, who passed it to Otoya. Otoya received the ball and understood Bachera, who had broken free in front of the goal, scoring a stunning goal. This showed that Bachera has evolved and choosing the best environment for himself. And for Isagi, he see the environment in Munich as based on rationality, getting closer to the goal and shooting from the farthest possible distance. All of this revolves around Kaiser, the team primary scorer, who scored all the collective goals. For this reason, Isagi is torn between dedicating himself to Kaiser like the others or pursuing his own goal, which would make him an outcast like Kunigami. So Isagi continued to observe the match carefully to make his decision. The match resumed, and the ball exchanged between Kaiser and Nis. The latter exhibits incredible flexibility, and with just a toss of his ankle, bypasses his opponent. On the opposite side, he is the heartbeat of the team, passing the ball stealthily to Kaiser. However, Basera was behind him. Despite this, Kaiser remained unmoved, using his arm to maintain his shooting position. He feinted a shot evaded the defender, and as soon as the ball dropped, he fired it at incredible speed. His right foot's power lies in concentrating his body strength in a single moment and unleashing it as the leg swings, making his shoot the fairest in the world, outclassing even Noah in this regard. Isagi realized that the team relied entirely on Kaiser for goals. Suddenly, Rafinha entered the match. Since his entry disrupted the match balance, Noah also steps in. Noah speaks with Kunigami, explaining two options: either focus on Kaiser attack or surpass Kaiser abilities. Kunigami failed to achieve either, so he is substituted, and Isagi entered. This is Isagi's chance, as he now plays alongside his idol. The match began, and Noah partners with Rafinha. No one dared to interfere between them until Isagi joined, supporting Noah. However, Rafinha used him as a wall, bypassing Noah. Rafinha's dribble put his opponent at his mercy, making them appear as if they are dancing and failing. He bypassed everyone, including the goalkeeper, and scored. Kaiser then provokes Isagi, telling him he is far from the level of these two players, calling him a selfish clown. The match resumes, and Isagi wants to crush Noah and steal a goal from him. To do so, he needs to position himself better than Noah. He waited for a pass, but Noah's exceptional speed allows him to intercept the incoming pass from behind. He maintains perfect distance between himself and his opponents, surpassing even Rafinha with his extraordinary control over his legs, delivering an incredible rocket shoot into the goal. 3 minutes pass, and allotted time for the star change system ends. Noah asks Kunigami to re-enter the game and tells him he cannot replicate Noah's move exactly. Kunigami, being a human version of Noah, admits it's a challenging to follow his movement in real time. Noah explained to Isagi that the purpose of the trump card is to conduct experiments on players and mold them to have the same physical traits as Noah, matching the attributes of the number one. The match resumes, and next goal will decide the winner. Bachera and Otoya press forward, and no one could stop them until Ness intervened, intercepting the ball and passing it to Kaiser. However, Isagi intercepts the pass, contemplating wherever to shoot or dribble. A player behind them intercepts before he can decide. However, the ball remained with Bayern Munich, making it nearly impossible for Isagi to regain possession in time. Frustrated, his focus on carving his own path, entering a state of flow. The ball is now with Grimm, who attempts to pass to Kaiser, but is hindered by Kunigami, so he passes to Ness instead. Isagi intercepts, deceives Batera, and gets past him, positioned to pass. Kaiser assumes Isagi will finally submit and pass to him. However, Isagi's selfishness prevents him from doing so. Instead, he targets Kunigami, not Kaiser, aiming to prove themselves and dethrone Kaiser. Kunigami fires a powerful left-footed shot, scoring the decisive goal and securing the Bayern Munich victory.